too enticing, I have to say. But I do think on the flip side that if Microsoft does nail it, that's fantastic. I mean, I think that the idea of the comfort and convenience of a console interface married with the almost infinite power, unlimited power of a PC, I think that's very, very exciting potentially. And I'd love to see that. Now, will Microsoft do that? I'm rooting for them to possibly achieve that. I think that Valve is probably going to do that for me at some point in the next year or two, and I'm excited to see that as well. But I'm excited for that concept. I think it's possibly a very interesting concept for someone who wants some of that more streamlined experience, but also wants to have a little bit more hardware power on tap and more customizability as well.
The gaming industry is shifting towards a more open and integrated ecosystem, and if the next Xbox is effectively a Windows-based PC, PlayStation would have no direct means to block their games from running on it. This reality changes traditional console war narratives and raises questions about how platform holders might respond to such an evolution. If the next Xbox is essentially a PC, then the traditional console war could become obsolete. Microsoft has already embraced a cross-platform strategy with Game Pass and cloud gaming, and if Sony continues to release its games on PC, there could be little to no reason to engage in direct hardware competition. Instead, both companies could focus on delivering great games and services, allowing their players to choose their preferred platform without restrictions. The idea that PlayStation would attempt to block their games from running on an Xbox PC seems unlikely. Not only would it be difficult to enforce, but it would also go against their own business interest. The industry is moving towards a future where gaming is less about hardware exclusivity and more about accessibility. And if that means the end of the console war, then so be it. But just for the sake of interest, let's discuss a few strategies that PlayStation could use if they were interested in blocking their games from playing on an Xbox PC. Now, one method they could use to try to block their games from running on an Xbox PC is DRM. But any hardware-based DRM that blocks a Windows-based Xbox would also affect traditional PC gamers using the exact same components. This would alienate legitimate customers and create unnecessary frustration among the broader PC gaming community. Also, the PC gaming community is highly resourceful, and any attempt to lock PlayStation games out of certain hardware would likely be circumvented through software tweaks, virtualization, or custom patches. And if PlayStation attempted to enforce such a restrictive DRM, the backlash from gamers worldwide would be massive. PlayStation has been expanding into the PC market to reach a wider audience, and alienating that same audience would contradict their own business strategy. Now, there is another strategy that they could use that would not cause so much outrage by the gaming community. There will be people that won't like it, but maybe there won't be so much outrage. Rather than actively blocking an Xbox PC, PlayStation could recommend system requirements as a way to gain access to their games. This would allow them to optimize their titles for specific hardware configurations without exactly outright preventing gamers from running them. But this approach has one major flaw. PlayStation games already run well on handheld PCs like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. This suggests that Sony is actively ensuring compatibility across a range of devices, which would be counterintuitive if they later tried to restrict their games based on hardware specifications. Sony's actions over the past few years suggest they're less interested in console exclusivity and more interested in expanding their gaming audience. They have consistently released their first-party titles on PC, including God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and The Last of Us. The fact that these games run smoothly on a variety of PC configurations, including handhelds, indicates that Sony is actively working to reach as many players as possible. Blocking an Xbox PC hybrid would contradict their broader business strategy. Instead, they could take a more passive approach by focusing on their own ecosystem and letting the industry move naturally towards a more open future. If Sony were to claim that they had no way to prevent PlayStation games from running on an Xbox PC, they could maintain plausible deniability while still benefiting from a growing player base. I have no doubt that they would definitely hear it from a small minority of players, but PlayStation could just say, hey, it's a PC now. What can we do about it? Anyway, guys, we're going to end it right there. This is a short video because really, I just got straight to the point. There's no viable way that they could block their games from being on the PC that would not blow back on them. If indeed, the next Xbox is a PC capable of running PC games that you can purchase games from the Steam store, or even if you purchase games on PC through Microsoft, they would have no viable way to really block it. Technically, there are ways they could do it, but there aren't any ways that really sound attractive. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, please like the video, comment down in the comment section, and do whatever else you can do to help out with the video to help the algorithm catch on to it. Because when you like it and then you comment and things like that, it tells that so-called algorithm, quote unquote, that people are liking the video and it's worth showing to everybody else. Anyway, guys, take it easy. And as usual, stay safe.